Today, class, we're going to be learning about how to write an explanatory essay for the MCAS. So what is an explanatory essay? It defines or explains and it's presenting information. So for example, if you had two articles that presented you information, you would mush those information together and make your own article informing the reader. So today, this is the MCAS prompt we're going to be working with. Based on when mindfulness meets the classroom, and instead of detention, write an essay that explains the benefits of practicing mindfulness in schools. Be sure to use information from both articles to develop your essay. I underlined explains because explains would be an explanatory essay. They kind of sound alike, so that's how you can remember. And then this is what we're explaining, the benefits of practicing mindfulness in schools. It's okay if you don't know what that is. We're going to read the articles and learn about it. Be sure to use information from both articles, also explaining, right? So it's essentially going to be a 5-paragraph essay. I know, boring, but that's okay. But we're going to put a little fun twist on it, and we're going to compare it to a BLT sandwich. So remember when we did narratives last week and we compared it to a grilled cheese sandwich? This is going to be our BLT. So you're going to start with your introductory paragraph, which is your bun or your bread, and then your thesis statement, which is going to be defined and narrow, which would be the mayonnaise. And then you would have the 3 body paragraphs, which would be your bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Each of these body paragraphs should have a supporting detail from the article, and then evidence, a quotation explaining or helping further your supporting detail you got from both of the articles. And you're going to do that for each paragraph, okay? And then finally, a conclusion, which will be the other bun, where you're going to restate your thesis and your supporting ideas throughout the article. So for your introduction paragraph, you're going to start off with a topic sentence. Now the topic sentence, I know you can see mine, but the topic sentence is going to be something that reflects what the prompt is asking you to do, but it also is an introduction to your entire essay as a whole. So for my example would be, mindfulness is a technique of deep thinking and breathing that allows people to calm themselves and reflect, which can reflect positively in schools. That would be a good strong topic sentence, hooks the reader in a little bit. Then you're going to name your 3 supporting details, and then you're going to lead into the thesis statement. And your thesis statement, we're going to go over what a thesis statement is. I know you guys already know, but it's the central point or the main idea of your entire essay. So for example, my thesis statement might be, mindfulness offers solutions to both students and teachers in a way that is beneficial to the learning environment. Because my thesis talks about students and teachers, I need to make sure in my entire essay I talk about how it can be beneficial to both the students and the teachers in the mindfulness. Does that make sense? And then the 3 body paragraphs, like I said, you have to explain how it's beneficial to both the students and the teachers. Start off with a transition word, then a topic sentence. We just went over topic sentences. And then a detail and explain. So you need to take a detail from the articles and explain, and then use evidence, a quotation, evidence and a quotation, and then explain the quotation. So say you pull the evidence from article 1, you add the quotation in. Make sure you don't just jump into the quotation. You start with, so-and-so says, quote, end quote. Make sure you cite that article. So if you're pulling a quote from article 1, you want to cite article 1. If you're pulling a quote from article 2, you want to cite article 2. Does that make sense? And then finally, your conclusion, which is also your bun. Transition word, you're going to restate the main point, so restate your thesis. Emphasize the importance of the topic using your reasons, so your 3 supporting details, and then summarize the entire essay. Very short and brief. It doesn't have to be long. And then just for some transition words to help you along this writing process, we've got first, in addition, next, more importantly, furthermore, however, on the other hand, and finally in conclusion. Before we move on, I've drawn this out because most of you know I'm a visual learner in visual form. So we've got our bun, which is our introduction, and then our mayo, which is our thesis statement, bacon, lettuce and tomato, these are 3 body paragraphs. Each of them have a supporting detail and evidence. And then our final bun, which is the conclusion, where we restate the thesis and then restate the supporting details. So introduction, thesis, body 1, 2, 3, body paragraphs, BLT, and then the final is the bun, okay, and the conclusion. So when you open up your MCAS packet and you get to the big scary prompt, there's stuff in a box. So imagine this is in a box above your essay. You want to read that first, okay? Always read it so you know what you're doing. So for this one, it says, for this question, you will write an essay based on the passages. Your writing should present and develop a central idea / thesis, provide evidence or supporting details from the passages, and use correct grammar, spelling, and punctuation. So we know what a thesis is, and we know we need to provide evidence. BLT. So going back to our prompt from the beginning of class, based on when mindfulness meets the classroom and instead of detention, write an essay that explains the benefits of practicing mindfulness in schools. Be sure to use information from both articles to develop your essay. Remember, explain means explanatory essay, and this is what we're explaining, the benefits of practicing mindfulness in schools. Remember back to my thesis statement, I said it was beneficial to students and teachers. You can choose that, or you can do whatever you want. Whatever works for you, and then you have to use information from both articles. And remember, you got to cite, okay?